Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at CRO. Just getting the update from yesterday. It's actually, the scenario has changed for the better, but we're not out of the woods yet. I want you to know that we don't want to get super excited just yet, just to kind of preface, but I think that we're in a good change in momentum here, and I'll explain what I mean by that, just because, again, this descending trend line has been officially broken, but we do need to establish higher highs and higher lows, and so far we only have half of both, if you will. Okay, again, I'll explain what I mean by that here in a minute. So if you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. Love to teach people to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. And if you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a website, link down below. And obviously, you can jump in on some phenomenal conversation and just generally great support with our community. Link down below for Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. Those are all free, of course, if you want to pay for my premium group. We took some nice scalps from Matic, 21%, 6% from Solana, Litecoin, 6%. So here, Ethereum 14%, AVAX 21, AVAX 30, Ethereum 14, another AVAX 30. This is all within the last 24 hours. Okay, so again, awesome stuff there. Congrats to our community members for that. Our Plus group is killing it right now. And that is an automated trading bot that I created, of course, for day trading, where I do send out manual trades, of course, for our swing trades. Those are in my premium group. Okay, so just in case you're curious of the difference there, really fun, nonetheless, to be able to share those trades with you and to kind of share in that success. It's really a lot of fun. Okay, so CROcoin daily time frame. We're underneath the 20-day SMA. This is what I'm talking about before. We're not quite out of the woods yet. Okay, so the 20-day SMA is a very common trend setter, just kind of letting you know if you're above or below it. You want to kind of shift your bias towards whichever direction. Doesn't mean we're broken bearish. It just implies we need to respect the fact that we're underneath the resistance level, and it might actually continue lower if we're not careful. Okay. That said, we can see our second stochastic convergence here, definitely looking good. This is a very good sign. This is a bullish sign, and with money flow index increasing, maintaining 50 on the RSI, extremely positive. Okay, so we basically double bounce on the RSI, and that's a really cool thing. So the daily time frame minus the 20-day SMA looks really strong. Okay, that's a very good thing. Taking a look here at, let's see here, let's go ahead and double check this here. Let's go ahead and pull this out a little bit further and kind of just double check the higher time frames here. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can kind of see that we got the RSI staying right there at 50. That's perfect. Money flow index is increasing as well, as it typically does when you bounce off 30 on the RSI and sub 30, basically the $10 range, or sorry, it's not a dollar range, but the 10 range for money flow index. That's typically a good sign to buy. And if you saw my video from yesterday, I said, to be patient, to wait for the right opportunity. And if we miss that, it's okay. There's still going to be good opportunities too, right? Again, the key takeaway here is that finding the right opportunity, I think, is more important than FOMOing into the wrong one. Okay, I'd rather wait and miss an opportunity than jump in and have regret. Okay, so again, something to consider there. The last 12 hours have been very strong. We're converging on the MACD, so these are all positive contributing factors. Another thing to note too is TD sequential. We're up to a 3. We came down to a 9 previously, so we have a chance of seeing another 24 to 28 hours of continuation of the upside. The thing I do want to urge you to understand here, though, and this is just kind of a standard practice, I teach this in my trading university, so if you are part of my premium group, make sure you watch our homepage videos there. What I want to get at here is that CRO has been exuding, lower lows and lower high behavior for some time now. Okay, so last, week's worth of trading roughly, we've seen the price pulling back in a channel, all right? So that is one thing, right? So we've identified that. And in order to change that dynamic, in other words, to break that lower high, lower low pattern, we need to see parallel highs and parallel lows, at the very least. In other words, range-bound activity. So we're looking for range-bound activity. We won't be able to break this range until we cross over this next high. So in other words, this previous high here on the 28th, basically last Tuesday, we came up to about, I'm just going to round up and say 94 cents, and then we rejected. We came back down here, we tried again, we rejected the second time, okay? That is a resistance level. So now that's establishing the range, and we have a lower range here too, roughly at about 8.8 cents. So 9.4 to 8.8 is essentially that range that we're in right now. Okay. So in order to convince ourselves, because that's what you don't want to do that. In order to understand that we're on the right side of the tracks and we're ascending bullishly, we need to establish higher highs and higher lows, and they have to be higher than this first of all. So if this guy can come up here and do one of these, then we would be considered to be breaking more so on the bullish side of things, and we should likely expect a continuation of the upside because of that. Okay, that's what we want to look for. Until we break this range, though, we have no business taking a long position outside of this range that we're in. Okay. Okay, so again, the next long hypothetically should be at 8.9. So that way you can kind of continue to work ourselves into this range bound pattern. Okay, again, so there's three things: descending trends, range bound, ascending trend, right? Statistically, you have the largest amount of success in an ascending trend, which we've seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks since Bitcoin broke above 30,000, right? So that's kind of where we're at here for CRO. We really want to look for a closure above 9.4. I think that would be a solid start. Okay, between now and then, I'm not super convinced we're back on track. In fact, I think that you should treat this with caution because again, we're still establishing lower highs. Right? We haven't truly broken through this level yet, so it's important to recognize we're not really there yet. But again, this is a good start, if you will. T sequential is not overextended. We're up to a 1. We're kind of just consolidating nicely there. That's perfect. Could be a nice little baseline for the next leg up. Looking at the Ichimoku cloud, this is where things get a little dicey. In other words, we broke above the cloud, came right back down, roughly about 2 hours later. So if you were to watch my videos, if you understood, Ichimoku cloud, the best way to find confirmation for the cloud is to be above the cloud for at least 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so if you got in right here, I'm sorry, that's kind of a little premature, if you will. You get a little excited, but truth is, right now we're within the cloud, so you shouldn't take a trade. But hypothetically, we go sideways for another 5 to 6 hours. Today's candlestick closes the daily. At that point, we should be in good shape to take a long confidently. Okay, but you got to recognize though, even though lagging span is not intersecting with the price action, we don't have enough momentum here where it's not really a great consideration to open a long position right now, okay? Again, above the cloud, that's the most important thing. We have some really good things going here. I just don't want you to try to convince yourself that a long position is viable until we break through that range. That to me is important, okay? So once we break the range, I'll be happy to announce that CRO is back on track. Until then, I would consider being careful and waiting patiently. I know it's difficult. I know patience is a 4-letter word for some people. That's okay. You'll work on it. Get better with time, all right? Keep watching these videos if it helps you. A lot of folks watch them to kind of calm down a little bit. Apparently I have that effect. I'm very thankful to hear that, though. That's a really cool thing. Okay, last but not least, fantastic exchange. Be sure to utilize Bitunix. You link down below, significant benefit rewards, no KYC, no VPN. They have trailing stop losses, a lot of cool stuff and features that no other exchange has. So super happy to work with them. Thanks again for the offer, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.